I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ain't no mystery, man.
I know you though. I know you know. I know.
I spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama's going to prison.
For years, they were the couple people pointed to whenever someone claimed that celebrity marriages never last. Through public ups and downs, through rumors, reconciliations, reality television moments, and relentless industry pressure, T.I. and Tameka Tiny Harris always seemed to find their way back to each other. They argued publicly, defended each other publicly, and when things looked shaky, they rebuilt publicly. Their relationship played out in headlines and interviews, on red carpets and social media timelines. So when whispers began circulating that Tiny had officially filed for divorce, it did not feel like just another celebrity headline. It felt like the ground shifting beneath something many believed was unbreakable. What made it even more explosive was the claim that T.I. had been caught completely off guard, unprepared, unsuspecting, blindsided. And as if that were not enough, the news surfaced while chaos surrounding their son, King Harris, was already pulling the family into uncomfortable headlines. The timing intensified everything. It was not simply a private decision surfacing quietly. It was a personal earthquake erupting in the middle of an existing storm. At first, the reports did not seem real. Social media has a way of turning rumors into trends before facts have time to breathe. A blog post here, a screenshot there, a vague caption that suddenly has people connecting dots that may not even exist. Speculation spreads faster than confirmation. But then the tone shifted. The reports became firmer. Tiny had reportedly taken legal steps. This was not an argument hinted at through cryptic posts. This was not a temporary separation suggested by subtle changes in public behavior. This was paperwork. And paperwork changes everything. When someone files for divorce, it signals that a decision was made privately long before the public ever found out. Legal action rarely follows a single bad day. It follows reflection, conversation, and often emotional distance that has been growing quietly. If T.I. truly was caught off guard, then the choice was made in silence. That detail alone adds emotional weight, because being blindsided after decades together is not just surprising, it is disorienting. It forces a person to replay conversations, to question moments that once seemed ordinary, to wonder when the shift happened. The shock did not come solely from the filing itself. It came from the timing. In the weeks leading up to the news, King Harris had already been trending for reasons that brought scrutiny onto the family. Viral clips, heated exchanges, and public confrontations sparked debates about parenting, accountability, and family dynamics. The internet dissected the Harris household without invitation. Critics questioned how King was raised. Supporters defended him fiercely. Through it all, T.I. stood firm, often speaking passionately in defense of his son. But passion in public can sometimes mask pressure in private. And that is where many believe the real tension may have been building. King's public behavior ignited conversations that went beyond typical celebrity gossip. People debated discipline, environment, influence, and responsibility. Every time he appeared in a controversial clip, comment sections flooded with opinions. Some blamed youth and immaturity. Others blamed parenting. And when you are a father who has built a reputation on control, structure, and authority, those criticisms do not simply bounce off. They hit. They linger. They challenge identity. So when Tiny's filing surfaced in the middle of that storm, people immediately connected the two. Was the chaos at home too much? Did constant public scrutiny finally push the marriage to a breaking point? Or was the timing merely coincidence? Tiny had long played the role of strength behind the scenes. She supported, defended, reconciled. Even when headlines turned harsh in previous years, she often appeared composed and grounded, unwilling to let public narratives completely dismantle what they had built. That is why this filing felt different. It did not feel impulsive. It felt deliberate. And deliberation suggests longevity of thought. Marriages rarely collapse overnight. They crack slowly, sometimes invisibly. Small disappointments accumulate. Unspoken frustrations settle into silence. Emotional distance widens quietly before anyone acknowledges it aloud. If T.I. truly did not see this coming, It raises difficult questions. Was there a moment Tiny emotionally checked out? Was there a conversation dismissed that meant more to her than he realized? These are the thoughts that keep people awake at night, especially when private confusion becomes public spectacle. After the news broke, every appearance became a moment of analysis. When T.I. stepped out publicly, observers examined his facial expressions. Every pause in speech felt significant. Some fans said he looked hurt. Others insisted he appeared more angry than shocked. Social media turned into a courtroom, complete with body language experts and amateur psychologists offering verdicts. Was the surprise genuine? Or was it damage control? In the absence of confirmed details, perception filled the gaps. And perception spreads faster than fact. Meanwhile, Tiny remained relatively composed. There were no explosive interviews. No dramatic rants. No emotional livestreams. Just quiet action. That silence carried weight. While the internet debated motives, she had already made a legal move. Filing means stepping forward. It means choosing change. It means deciding that whatever existed privately could no longer continue in the same way. For fans who admired her loyalty over the years, this felt like a turning point. For critics, it sparked suspicion. What finally pushed her there? Was it accumulated strain? Was it exhaustion? Or was it something deeper that the public has never glimpsed? King's ongoing controversies only intensified the discussion. Some argued that family stress can strain any marriage, especially under constant scrutiny. Others insisted this situation likely predated recent headlines. And that is what made the story so gripping. It was layered. Years of public history, previous reconciliations, past controversies, the challenge of raising children under lights that never dim. The internet quickly divided into camps. Team Tiny praised her for protecting her peace, suggesting she may have endured more than outsiders realized. Team T.I. argued that marriage requires weathering storms together, not stepping away when things grow messy. And then there were those who felt simple disappointment. Long-term celebrity couples create emotional investment, even among people who claim not to care. Audiences root for stability. They want proof that love can survive fame. As days passed, subtle social media posts added fuel. Cryptic captions about growth, loyalty, and self-respect were interpreted as coded messages. Fans analyzed timestamps, wondering who was responding to whom. Every like felt intentional. Every unfollow sparked new rumors. Modern celebrity drama unfolds not through press conferences, but through fragments. What made the situation particularly intense was T.I.'s public persona. He has long presented himself as strong, decisive, and authoritative within his household. Being portrayed as blindsided shifts that image. It introduces vulnerability, and unexpected vulnerability draws attention. Some sympathize deeply, arguing that no one deserves to learn their marriage is ending through legal filings. Others countered that women rarely file without feeling unheard for a long time. That tension, between sudden shock and silent buildup, became the emotional core of the debate. Beyond the gossip lies a broader truth. Fame amplifies everything. Success, conflict, joy, and fractures all become public property. Every disagreement risks becoming a headline. Every family issue risks trending. Raising children in that environment adds complexity most people will never experience. King did not choose to be born into celebrity, yet every misstep becomes public conversation. When criticism intensifies, it affects parents too, not just emotionally, but reputationally. As the narrative continued unfolding, some observers suggested that perhaps the divorce filing was not sudden at all. Perhaps it was the final step after years of quiet tension. After cycles of reconciliation, after moments when staying together felt like resilience, and moments when leaving felt impossible. Long marriages in the spotlight often survive storms that would dismantle others. But survival does not always equal peace. Endurance does not always equal fulfillment. Perhaps Tiny reached a point where survival was no longer enough. T.I.'s next moves carry weight. Will he fight the filing? Seek reconciliation? Choose public silence? Silence can protect dignity. It can also fuel speculation. The balance is delicate, and the world is watching. What makes this story linger is not just shock, it is uncertainty. Was this about recent chaos? About long-term unresolved issues? About something far deeper that the public has never seen? Without confirmed details, the internet constructs its own answers. But real relationships are rarely simple. Tiny filing amid family turmoil feels symbolic to some. It feels like choosing stability in the middle of noise. It feels like a mother protecting emotional space while her son navigates public storms. But symbolism does not always equal causation. Timing does not automatically reveal motive. As headlines slowly cool, one reality remains. When a couple that seemed publicly unshakable begins to fracture, it forces reflection. Social media shows curated smiles. Reality television shows edited moments. Legal filings show decisions. And decisions of this magnitude do not emerge lightly after decades together. Perhaps this story is not ultimately about death. Perhaps it is about change. About growth in different directions. About two individuals who built something powerful, but now stand at separate crossroads. King's controversies may have magnified tensions that were already quietly simmering, or they may simply have coincided with deeper shifts. Whatever the full truth may be, one fact stands clear. The moment Tiny filed, the narrative shifted permanently. The image of unbreakable unity cracked. The assumption that they would always work it out no longer feels guaranteed. For T.I., being publicly blindsided, if that is indeed what happened, may be one of the most humbling experiences of his life. Fame does not shield anyone from heartbreak. It only amplifies it. While the internet debates blame, real emotions unfold privately, in conversations that never trend. Tiny's action invites reflection. Sometimes strength means staying. Sometimes strength means leaving. And sometimes strength lies in making a quiet, deliberate decision after years of noise. That kind of choice does not require dramatic speeches to resonate. It shifts perception on its own. In the end, beyond speculation and commentary, this remains a human story. A story about love tested under relentless visibility. About family navigating public scrutiny. About identity, pride, vulnerability, and change. And perhaps most of all, it is a reminder that even relationships that appear unshakable from the outside may be carrying weight invisible to everyone else.